What you need to know about needing Ohio health insurance in 2014. Hi, I'm Joey Giangola with Giangola Insurance Agency, and today we're going to talk about everything you need to know about having to have health insurance come 2014. You may or may not know that as part of the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as health care reform or Obamacare to some, it requires that everybody in the country carry health insurance come 2014. And ultimately, if you don't carry that health insurance, you're going to be subject to paying a tax or a penalty. So you might be uninsured. You might have no idea where to start. You might be asking yourself, well, what are my options? What should I do? You might have insurance and you might be still asking yourself, what are my options? What do I do? Don't worry, we're going to go through all that right now, and we're going to give you everything that you need to know about needing Ohio health insurance. First, hold on. Take a couple deep breaths. It's going to be okay. I promise. It's all right. Sure, there's enough uncertainty surrounding the healthcare reform law to fill a supersized Walmart, but that doesn't mean we don't know anything. First, you might be asking yourself, what are your options? That's a great question. If you want to be prepared and want to have your health insurance taken care of well before the 2014 deadline, you can buy a plan at any point in time that you want right now. If you're so ecstatic, so excited, you cannot wait to take part in Obamacare, well, you're going to have to wait first until October 1st of this year, 2013. You might be asking yourself, who can help you buy a plan? Well, another great question. Right now, it looks like people like myself, independent insurance agents and brokers, are going to be able to assist you in buying a plan through the marketplace that will be set up here in Ohio in just a few short months. That's good news for you because people like us have been doing this a long time, and we know exactly how to help you and explain these different coverages and point you in the right direction for your health insurance. The federal government has told us that after a 3 to 4 hour registration process, we will be able to sell these new plans that are going to be available on the marketplace. But what they haven't told us is how much they're willing to pay us for providing these services. Just before you reach for the nails in the cross, just give me 1 second here. You have a job, probably, a job that pays you a decent amount of money, an amount of money that allows you to do your job. If you weren't paid that amount of money, you would, well, no longer be able to do that job. It's no different for insurance agents like myself. I pride myself on offering you the best level of service, advice, and information that I can realistically provide you. If the government decides to undervalue those services, well, it's going to be a little tricky for people like me, independent agents, to justify or even realistically be able to spend the time that it takes to help somebody get insurance without, proper compensation. Well, who can help you then? If the government decides to undercut and undervalue the services that independent agents and brokers provide, what would be your backup plan, your fail-safe? What is the next line of defense? And that's a great question, with one that I don't have a great answer for. But if you acquire assistance, which you probably will, and if brokers or agents are unable to provide it, you'll be left to turn to the government's everyday low-price Walmart solution to replacing or replicating what we do in the form of their navigators, who will assist you in finding a plan that's right for you. I don't know what a navigator is. No, they're probably not going to take you on an actual hike or plan a trip for you. That's just what they call it. I don't know. What do you want from me? I didn't make up the name. Anyways, a navigator is a person who will be sitting on the other end of an 800 number, who will be providing you with the most experienced and sage-like advice to guiding you towards your health insurance. Keep in mind, these navigators are probably not even hired yet. And also keep in mind that if the government is going to not pay brokers an adequate wage, chances are they're not going to pay navigators nearly enough to acquire sufficient talent or experienced talent. So you're going to be dealing with a crop of people who are just learning what you're trying to learn yourself. If you think that's a good idea, So we've ironed out some of the details. Let's talk about specifically buying a plan and what your options are. If you're looking to buy a plan outside of the marketplace and sidestep the potential circus that the Affordable Care Act could be here in 2014, then you're going to be better off securing your coverage before the hubbubaloo starts here in a few short months. By doing so, you have the ability to get approved for a rate that is going to be good for 12 months with most companies. This is going to offer you the most potential to save money if rates go where people say they're going to go. Doing so is not going to permanently protect you from being involved in the Obamacare system. It will, however, delay that effect and offer you an opportunity to save money as long as you can. What if you decide that you want to buy from a plan in the marketplace? If you think Obamacare is the greatest thing since sliced bread, then you might be interested in standing in an iPhone-like release line to sign up for health insurance. I'm kidding. There's not going to be any lines. It's all going to happen online. There's no lines. Don't worry. What I'm not kidding about is the line of paperwork that you might be dealing with or your application might be sitting in when it comes time to start applying for these plans. It's hard to say how the federal government will handle the administration of these new applications when these exchanges are still yet to even be up and functioning in most states. So I said once upon a time in the beginning of this video that there was going to be a tax. That's probably something that you're curious about. Well, if you don't have health insurance and you aren't one of the few people that are exempt, we'll get to that in a second, there's a specific amount of money that you'd be required to pay, or an overall percentage of your income, whichever is greater. The breakdown looks like this. In 2014, for a single person, you're going to pay $95 or 1% of your income above the tax filing level. In 2011, that level was $9,500. In 2015, you're going to pay $325 or 2% of your income above that tax filing level. In 2016, it's going to increase to $695 or 2.5% of that income level. For families, it's going to be a little different. Obviously, you're going to pay a little more if you have a few more family members. 2014, you're going to pay $285 or 1% of your total income. In 2015, you're going to pay $975 or 2% of your income. 2016, it's going to go all the way up to $2,085 or again, 2.5% of your total income. After hearing those numbers, you might be a little more interested to see if you might be one of those special people that are exempt from buying health insurance. Probably not. But if you are an employee whose individual insurance cost would exceed 8% of his or her household income, if individuals who earn below the minimum filing amount, anyone who has suffered a hardship preventing them from obtaining insurance, any Native American tribes, or certain religious groups like the Amish or the Mennonites. Well, if your number was called there, then you're lucky. You don't have to buy health insurance. Isn't someone supposed to be paying for this for you, or a little bit of it for you sometime, at some point? Yes? No? Maybe? Well, you are correct. There are going to be ways to help you save money on your health insurance. This all boils down to certain income requirements. So if your income is within these certain ranges, then you will be provided a level of assistance based upon that range. An individual with an annual income between $10,830 and $43,336 will qualify for a tax subsidy or credit to help lower your health insurance costs. For a family of two, it's $14,470 between $58,280. A family of three, $18,310, all the way up to $73,240. And finally, a family of four can make anywhere between $22,050 and $88,200. The bottom line, you're going to need to buy health insurance next year. If not, you're going to have to pay a penalty for not having it. It's important that you find somebody that you trust to help navigate your health insurance buying decision. If not, you could find yourself in a scenario where you have purchased the wrong coverage. So but that's about it. That's everything that you need to know. I want to thank you for your time watching this video. I very much appreciate it. If you thought this video was helpful and you think it can help one of your friends, feel free to like, share, pass it along any way that you know how for somebody that you know who might be struggling with this very same issue. Additionally, I would like to invite you to download your very own free copy of my ebook, The Complete Guide to Getting Individual and Family Health Insurance. It's going to provide you everything that you need to know about selecting a health insurance plan that's right for you. Of course, there will be a link in this video's description. And as always, I am Joey Giangola with Giangola Insurance Agency. Take it easy, everyone.